Hello, my name is Cecilia Sun and I teach in both the musicology and piano areas at UWA's Conservatorium of Music. I'm here to tell you a little about the composer Amy Beech to help you study for your ATAR music exam. You're studying Beech in the unit on identities, which is appropriate because Beech's various identities as a woman, as an American, as a New Englander, as a professional performer and composer, and as a resident of the late 19th and early 20th centuries shaped her musical life. Amy Beech is known for a number of musical achievements, but primarily as the first American female composer of a symphony that was performed by major orchestras. In this video, I'll talk about the female composer part of the equation, as well as the significance of the symphony. Amy Beech, or Amy Chaney as she was before her marriage, was a child prodigy pianist on a path to a professional career until she married Henry Harris Aubrey Beech when she was only 18. This changed the entire trajectory of her musical career. Like so many other musical women, Beech's career was determined by her husband's wishes, and he did not want her to have a career as a performer. He did, however, encourage the more private activity of composition. Her marital status and socioeconomic class meant that she had time to focus on writing and the connections to present her works in prestigious places. The death of Beech's husband in 1910 and the death of her mother in the following year meant that Beech was, for the first time in her life, truly independent. This marked a notable change in her career. Beech left for Europe in 1911 to revitalize her performance career and to promote her compositions. She continued to perform and tour until her final illness. The fact that Beech wrote large-scale works, including this symphony, was historically significant, as the prevailing prejudice of the time was that women could, in the words of composer Mary Carr Moore, quote, write graceful little songs about springtime and the birdies, end quote, but they were incapable of handling large-scale forms like the symphony. Indeed, George Chadwick, fellow composer, signaled his approval of Beech's Gaelic Symphony by calling her, quote, one of the boys, unquote. The Gaelic Symphony was Beech's conscious attempt to engage with the US New Englander part of her identity. The significant influence here is Antonin Dvorak. A Czech composer, Dvorak was hired by the National Conservatory in New York and lived in the US between 1892 and 1895. Inspired by his new home, Dvorak incorporated influence from the sounds he considered to be distinctly American, and these are Native American music and African American spirituals. He did this most famously in his New World Symphony and his American String Quartet, hence the nicknames. Beech rejected this version of her country. She said, quote, we of the North should be far more likely to be influenced by Old English, Scotch or Irish songs, inherited with our literature from our ancestors, end quote. The inclusion of these songs earned the symphony the nickname Gaelic. For more information on the structure of the symphony, please see the video by my colleague Jonathan Fitzgerald, which you can find on the UWA ATAR resources page. There you will also find 2 videos on the history of the symphony by my colleague Sarah Collins, which will give you a broader historical context for this piece.